The growing reliance on ultra-processed foods in modern diets is quietly driving a catastrophic rise in cardiovascular disease, the leading cause of death globally. While these products are marketed for their convenience, affordability, and taste, their health implications are severe and long-term. The connection between diet and heart health is not a matter of debate. It's well established, and the evidence against ultra-processed foods is overwhelming. These products are not just lacking in essential nutrients, they are actively laced with ingredients that harm the cardiovascular system. High levels of trans fats, excessive sodium, and added sugars, the very pillars of ultra-processed food formulations, are pushing more people into a lifetime of hypertension, elevated cholesterol, heart attacks, strokes, and premature death. Trans fats, although banned or restricted in some countries, are still found in various processed foods under misleading names like partially hydrogenated oils. These fats are toxic to the cardiovascular system. They raise levels of LDL, bad cholesterol, while simultaneously lowering HDL, good cholesterol. This dangerous imbalance leads to plaque buildup in the arteries, a condition known as atherosclerosis. Over time, arteries stiffen and narrow, restricting blood flow and increasing the risk of heart attacks and strokes. The presence of trans fats in ultra-processed foods is not incidental. It's a deliberate choice made to extend shelf life and enhance texture, prioritizing corporate profit over human health. Sodium is another silent killer lurking in ultra-processed products. High sodium intake contributes directly to elevated blood pressure or hypertension, a major risk factor for cardiovascular events. Many people are unaware of just how much sodium they're consuming because it's hidden in breads, processed meats, canned soups, snacks, and frozen meals, foods that don't even taste particularly salty. The body responds to high sodium levels by retaining water, increasing blood volume, and putting additional strain on the heart and arteries. Over years, this constant pressure damages blood vessels and vital organs, slowly and often irreversibly. Added sugars, especially in the form of high-fructose corn syrup, are just as dangerous. They contribute to obesity and increase triglyceride levels in the blood, both of which are strongly linked to heart disease. Fructose, in particular, promotes fat accumulation in the liver and worsens insulin resistance, both of which raise cardiovascular risk. Sugary beverages, sweetened snacks, and artificially flavored cereals may seem harmless in isolation, but their regular consumption floods the body with sugar it cannot effectively manage, leading to long-term harm. What makes this crisis even more tragic is the illusion of safety that surrounds many ultra-processed foods. Packaging often features heart symbols, whole grain labels, or misleading health claims that confuse and mislead consumers. Marketing campaigns target busy families, children, and low-income communities, reinforcing the idea that these products are a normal or even essential part of the diet. But behind the slick advertising lies a brutal reality. These foods are engineered to maximize consumption and addiction, with little to no regard for their impact on public health. Cardiovascular disease is not just an abstract concept, it is a slow, painful deterioration of the body. It starts quietly with elevated blood pressure or cholesterol and ends in a cascade of devastating outcomes: chest pain, breathlessness, heart failure, surgery, or sudden death. Recovery is never complete. Those who survive major cardiovascular events often live with permanent damage, reduced quality of life, and the burden of lifelong medication and dietary restrictions. The tragedy is that many of these outcomes are preventable. The science is clear and the patterns are consistent. Diets high in ultra-processed foods are directly linked to cardiovascular disease. Yet this knowledge has not stopped their spread. In fact, the global market for ultra-processed products continues to grow, driven by aggressive marketing, poor regulation, and consumer habits shaped more by availability than informed choice. Ultimately, every bite of ultra-processed food represents a small but cumulative assault on cardiovascular health. While no single meal will cause a heart attack, the daily intake of trans fats, excessive sodium, and added sugars sets the stage for lifelong damage. Until society acknowledges the full scope of this crisis, and until meaningful regulatory and cultural shifts take place, cardiovascular disease will remain a shadow cast over the convenience of modern food, a price paid not in dollars, but in human lives.